another one. That's why you never see me do on there. Like their back and forward shit is ridiculous. But anyway, what's up, everybody? Wake and Bake America show from Blazing 98.5 FM. Don't forget the weekend podcast, season 1, episode 1, this weekend, right here on YouTube, baby. Yep, you'll see it on Sunday. It launches Sunday, or it airs Sunday morning right here on YouTube. Also, don't forget you can check out our website, bakeamericashow.com. Now, let's get into it. Where'd all the money go? So, Cammie, ask your question again that you asked me in the station so we can talk about it.
Well, I was just asking, everybody, I guess, has assumed that the rec taxes from cannabis were supposed to be used for education.
For anything education.
Right.
And that's the mistake.
Yesterday, the Denver teachers went on strike because...
For lack of pay.
Yeah. So why isn't it going towards the teachers and the lack of pay they're getting if rec is supposedly bringing in all this tax money from cannabis?
And the answer is actually really simple, because in the code for the taxation of cannabis, the deregulation of prohibition in Colorado, or the end of prohibition in Colorado, and the regulation of cannabis as a legal tender product, what ended up happening is that, first off, only the first $40 million in taxes has to go towards anything related to education in the first place. And the only thing it has to do is go for maintenance and the building of new structure schools.
I mean, I get that, but if there are teachers going on strike and there's tax money for education purposes, I don't understand why they won't use it for that, so the teachers don't go on strike and the kids' everyday education and learning isn't interrupted.
Right. Well, I think the problem is that...
It makes me mad because it makes me... as a teacher, if they don't care about the kids.
Well, this is, let me give you this though. It's a double-edged sword. And what I mean, and all I mean by a double-edged sword, ladies, is that on one edge you have this problem. You have the first 40 million has to go just to building schools. So let's say we got enough schools and the schools are upkept, right? Then that 40 million just gets set aside until the next school or upkept needs to be made. The problem is that money should really be going towards something like teacher funding for the money, some scholarship programs. And what we've seen is we have seen places do this right, like Pueblo, Colorado, where they have a $1,000 scholarship that students in the Pueblo school districts can earn, right? Yep. And you have to go to school in Pueblo to earn one, first off. So you have to have went to high school in Pueblo to get one. Then you have to use the scholarship at a Pueblo college. So the money is going back into the community, and
right,
Pueblo's forcing the taxes to be spent back in that community. And so that's in my opinion, that's a good thing.
Right.
They also use it to improve roads, building, maintenance, upkeep, things that are important. But for whatever reason, and maybe but for whatever reason, they don't use it to pay teachers. And I do agree with you that there should be a shift in that.
Yes.
There should be a shift in how that spending's done. I definitely see a need there.
We've had so many different states of school teachers go on strike now. Like, you would think they would do something to be proactive to stop it from happening, but
that's crazy. El Chapo coming to Colorado, Cammie.
I already knew that. I saw it on the news.
How did I miss that one? I catch everything. I even listened to some of his trial.
Morning.
Oh, I missed it. So,
he's gonna
but anyway,
the Supermax here in Florida.
What I would go to get back to this subject, what I would do is I'd tell you that, like I told you inside, the problem lies within the solution. The first side of the sword is that the money can only be spent in certain places, right? But then, you're right, Angel, and Angel's commenting live saying that the teachers need to get paid too, and I agree with you 100%. The problem that also with that is that not only are the teachers underpaid, underfunded, but you got teachers in Denver where the rent is causing grown-ass adults to have to live with 2 or 3 roommates just to afford to get by.
They have at least 2 jobs. There's teachers who have a bachelor's degree or better, and they're still having to have 2 jobs. That's just ludicrous to me. That's just ridiculous. They work their butts off to get their degrees, and then they still have to work 2 jobs. Like, that's just so unfair in my opinion.
That's why I didn't go to college to be a teacher. I wanted to be an American literature teacher.
But meanwhile, but check this out though. Meanwhile, the education system is fine or needs to be privatized, according to Betsy DeVos and the president. And see, I'm not here to go trumping on Trump today. Batman for president, like my shirt says, though. But I'm not ready. That's about the only person I'd be willing to vote for at this moment anymore is Batman for president. Come on, Bruce Wayne. But anyway, so no, the reality. No, actually, we don't need another rich playboy as president.
No.
we kind of saw how that worked out. Never mind. Sorry, no
I'd
more
like
Bat.
to just have an act.
Man, the president now.
I'd like to just have an
Man.
actual politician as a president again.
I don't know what I want for president.
At least someone that has actual experience.
I
in
think I want
politics.
Amy. I think I like Amy Klobuchar from
We
the
need a
senator from Minnesota.
we need
The one
a
that was in the
moderate
snow, Cammy.
veteran.
The one that was in the snow. I like her a lot. She's a moderate
If she's
Democrat.
willing to stand out in a damn.
She's a
blizzard
moderate
to do
though.
her
But she's
speech,
not too extreme to the left. You know what I mean?
She's
Yeah.
willing to. Do
And we're gonna
whatever
find.
it
But
takes.
let's dig in though before we go and co-sign her. Let's dig in though. Let's not get stupid, right? Let's dig in.
Roll down the window.
You know how I feel about that. Just like with Jared Polis. You know, I was really confident that he was going to be the guy early on, but we didn't publicly announce that until we really felt comfortable. I'm not willing to co-sign Amy Klobuchar until, God, a year down the road or further. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to have to see who she is and what she's about for quite
We
some
still
time.
have some time.
We have quite some time, nearly 2 years until the next election. It's too soon to jump on any
I
fucking
mean,
bandwagon.
unless some shit happens, then what?
What shit happens? What do you mean?
She means with the Trump.
It doesn't matter. Mike Pence would be sworn as president. If he's indicted, then Nancy Pelosi would be sworn in as president. There's a line of succession in case the president is either a scumbag or dies.
Yep. Pretty much.
And it's not a challengeable line of succession until the next election, by the way, which means if the president dies like a week into his term, the vice president is going to be the president for the next 2 years, which is why I tell people elections fucking have consequences. Like Mayor Suthers is a blatant fucking example of elections have consequences. We voted on something in 2012, right? That son of a bitch was elected in 2013.
Yeah.
You want to tell me elections don't have consequences? Or 2014 was it? I forget. But either way, elections have fucking consequences.
Yeah. They do.
And the problem is we got a bunch of people like military people that don't give two fucks about pot too, though, that are fucking us because they help weigh the other side heavier.
Hey.
No, listen to me. In this town,
it's starting.
hold on, just listen to me. In this town, it would be about a 60, 65, 35 split on pot pro, but the military helps bring that back to about 45, 30, 45, 55. True story.
There's a lot of service
I know.
members that
That's
are
why it's
for
not
it.
worse. If all service members in this town, it would sway a lot of weight.
It's just because it's federally illegal,
And they can't take it on base, and so they just don't care about it.
Yeah,
That's
they
the
just
truth.
don't care. They don't care.
What are the
They don't
comments saying?
vote
I want to make sure we keep
because
up with our comments.
they can't use it. So, I
And
mean,
that's just
what
being
does it
human
matter?
in general.
Yeah,
If people can't benefit from something,
If you
they
run
don't care,
for
it doesn't
office,
matter.
Angel,
Yeah.
I'm gonna seriously support you, even though I can't vote in Manitou until I move there. Oh, Cammy, we'll support Angel if she runs for office. But see, in Manitou, you're kind of running against a lot of cool people. Where you want to run for office is in county commissioner or city council. That's the truth. Like for Spring City Council or county commissioner. But and the one thing I do like about this state, though, is you do have to actually live in the city in order to be an officer of the city.
it's true though.
Oh, y'all just lay back. Yeah, that's me too. I'll be like,
He's
oh
like,
shit,
yeah,
the murder
yeah, yeah.
track's on.
Excuse you.
I can't sit back in that track.
I can't sit back in that track. That's
I
funny.
already get fucked up looks if I go through there fucking jamming out fucking Snoop Dogg and shit. You know, and then people just kind of stop and they kind of
Snoop Dogg.
stare and look at me. They're like,
I got nothing
well,
against
because I
Snoop Dogg.
walk in wearing a fucking Carhartt track, you know.
She looks
Yeah.
like a giant country girl, comes in banging Snoop Dogg, like, what's up, y'all?
What's up? What's going on?
How y'all doing today?
And they're like, what the fuck?
And they're like, country folk.
It's like, oh, y'all evolving, ain't you?
Hey, there's a lot of country rappers that are dope.
Oh, yeah.
Me walking into my brother's room when I'm bored. Sup, you bitch ass?
That's for real, though. That's how I used to walk into people's houses and shit. I'm like, what's up, you bitch ass? I'm like, it's Trey. Shut up, my mom home.
I do
My mom
that.
home.
I do that shit walking into my parents' house. I'll just walk in. I'm like, sup, bitches?
Yeah, but your parents are cool.
My parents are cool. Yeah. They'd be like, oh, bitch, no. The
Now,
fuck you
if
get here?
You walked into my parents' house saying that? Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'll walk into like
It
my
would not
cousin.
be
But I will walk into like my cousin's house and be like, what's up, fuckface?
Yeah. I don't like my cousins enough, so I don't know if I would say that out
And
of
I
sarcasm.
see how much they cuss in front of their kids, so I don't care. There's only one cousin that I won't cuss in front of their kids, and that's because I know who they are and how they are. And it ain't even like a religious thing. They just do not, like, they don't cuss. Yeah, they don't cuss like that in front of their kids, and so I respect them. But if you cuss in front of your kids, I will walk in your house and be like, "What up, bitches?"
Same though. That's why I have a parental advisory sticker or button on my fucking
Oh, Waterfall
purse.
started. That's the last song. You know it's legit when Savannah starts swaying. She gets out. Hey, she gets that 90s slow. Hey.
Fucking love waterfalls.
You remember when we used to actually sit around and just jam out to an album, yo? Now we got digital and we're like, oh, first track on the album, don't like it. Moving on.
Click. If it doesn't catch me within the first 3 seconds, I'm like, nope.
Now I think we need to. I think we need to get less people making music, so that there's more just good people doing it. Like back when albums used to have
You don't
to.
have a
I hate to
star, do
say
you?
what.
You don't have a stir, do you?
You just gotta kind of hit it with that, and then yeah.
Oh, so-
I ain't smoking weed. This
so
is
I was-
tobacco.
So I was asked at my job yesterday.
See, it makes me cough how bad it is for me. It's tobacco. Just kidding. Fuck tobacco. Fuck big tobacco. Yo, bitch ass big tobacco. You almost had me. Almost had me.
They killed the Cowboys.
You guys did kill Marble.
But I was around smokers so much that I knew like the brands and shit. Like I would go in and get my dad's cigarettes, and then he would hand the cigarette to me if he needed to do something. He's like, "Just put it out and throw it away." I'm like, "Okay."
Fuck yeah.
And I did that recently around my dad. He was like, "Are you smoking cigarettes?" I was like, "No, I grew up with you."
Can you please seriously? Oh crap! I forgot